Alright, so we're back with the VW Bug Chronicles. So last time we left off, of course, we'd taken off the back two fenders. I kind of talked about the brake situation on that. Still waiting for the brakes to come in. Shipping looks like this Saturday, so tomorrow, but that may or may not happen with today being a holiday. So I think the next step that we're going to go with is we're going to take off this fender, get the lights off, get the front bumper off, and then at that point I still need to get the tires, get some new tires for the back right and then the front driver's side. Haven't done that yet, and today being a holiday, it's not going to happen today. I did call, and I'm going to have to order them. They don't have them in stock. So I think we're just going to start working on, again, further stripping it down, get the fenders off, bumper, and then start working on to the inside, getting the seats out, getting the back seat out, probably get rid of all the leather stuff on the back seat just because it's pretty well ripped to shreds. I don't know if you can see in the window there, but anyway, it's the stuffing and stuff is all hanging out. So we're going to get rid of that. So get all that out, basically clean out the inside of the car, because one of the big next steps obviously is taking the body off of the floor pan, or off of the main frame, and then checking out the floor pans, because when I look underneath it looks fine, but then on the inside, whatever sort of foam or whatever it is that they put down on the inside looks kind of squishy, so I'm a little bit concerned about what I'm going to find when I strip that down. Also, we got to check out the master cylinder, because while I did order brakes, I still don't know if master cylinder is in good shape or not, or if there's something more damaged than I realize. But to get to that, of course, we'll have to take the fuel tank off, and then I'll be able to see all that. So probably end up waiting on brake stuff. If I get the brakes in, I might just go ahead and put them on, but probably wait on that until everything's just pulled off, because at that point I have access to everything. I can check all the brake lines and actually figure out what's going on, why fluid doesn't seem to be getting pumped to the actual brakes. So basically we're just further stripping it down, so nothing terribly fascinating here, just kind of working through. And then I'm trying to decide if, as I strip down, I'll sand and paint and repair, because there's a couple things that need to be repaired. I'd mentioned before, I think it's like the first video like this here, it looks like someone just ripped it out, the handle that was here, and then this is kind of not attached. Looks like it's actually, it's drugged down, so it looks like it's on some sort of track. So maybe I can, oh no, let's see, it's not on a track, but it looks like it used to be up here. That's interesting. So I got to deal with that. So what I'll probably end up doing, when I take this off, I got to bend it back into position a little bit, because it's a little bit warped, a little bit bent. So when I do that, I'll probably drill some holes like underneath this, drill some holes, and then tack weld it back together so that it stays on. So just some things like that have to be repaired as I go along. So yeah, let's get started getting the fenders off. So you can see they're pretty well rested. I mean, they're not in terrible shape, but I don't want to put those back in. All right, looks like we're going to need a deep well for that. All right, let's get that. To get to one of those bolts here, we got to take this off. So I'm just going to take these two screws out. And then another thing I wanted to show real quick was I picked up two of these because I figure this will be pretty handy. Even though some of these bolts I'm going to replace, at least it allows me to label them and then have things organized a little bit, such as, this is for the back brake lights, all the hardware for that. Just allows me to kind of keep things organized so I know where they go later. So at the end of the day, then I can just put a sticky and mark what it is. close up here so we can remember how it goes back in. So we got black in the middle and white-ish on the hood side, and then brown on the outermost fender side. So hopefully we remember that when we put it back together. Side just to wire it on. Actually fix it. There it is. Glass looks in good shape. Not sure if the bulb still works in there, but we'll see. Looks like someone was making a home at one point. So that's pretty rusted, but I think I can get most of that off to an extent that it'll still work fine. I mean, some of it's a little bit deeper, so I wouldn't say surface rust, some of it, but it'll still come off. We can still make it work. I am curious why there's a spring here to cut down on maybe some of the jarring, or not sure. So you can see, which I knew this already when I initially looked into it. So this piece here, I'm not sure if it's welded in. It appears to be welded. So I'm not sure if I'll probably try to cut this out and then try to think if I could take a piece of metal and bend it to a proper, yeah, that might be a little difficult. For some reason I thought it was a little bit more cone shaped than it is, more like a bulb shape or half sphere. So I might just have to buy a new one of these. Definitely, I don't really want dirt and stuff throwing up into the headlight connector area. So yeah, that part will have to be fixed. Starting on this side, look up in there. So this one's got kind of the same problem when it comes to the headlight encasing there. Just disconnected the horn, which is mounted down there. I'm a little confused on why the horn is mounted down there, where dirt and stuff can get thrown on it, but oh well. So yeah, same thing as the other side. Take all the bolts out and get the fender off. I'm starting to see more and more holes, which I'm sorry, you can see it there. More and more holes that I did not initially see. But oh well, that's part of it. All right, let's get it off. So here's the running board. After taking it off, I am quite certain that it is not going back on. I'd already kind of decided the vehicle's low enough. It's not that big of a deal to have a step, but it is in basically junk shape. I took one bolt out and then it just fell off, and that bolt wasn't really holding it much anyway. So well, I already planned not to put it on, not to put a new one on anyway, but definitely you can see how much wear and tear this thing's gotten over the years. Oh well, so that part's off. Two front fenders are off. Now we'll probably start trying to get the frame off. First, I suppose I'll probably get in there and start stripping some of the inside out, like I mentioned before. And then, yeah, and then after that, hopefully get the frame off. So got the pretty much all the upholstery off, at least off all the sides, off the back. I got a pile of it there I gotta toss away. I still gotta get some of the insulation taken care of and peeled off. I need to get me a piece of metal to kind of scrape that off a little easier. Took a little bit of doing to pop some of that out of the creases. A little bit more insulation up there, but got the rear view mirror off. So anyway, and then of course all that down there was previously stripped, so that's nice. So now I just need to kind of clean up a little bit, get some of that thrown away, and then probably try to get the carpet out. I'm having a little bit of trouble getting the seats out. I need to look up, see if there's a specific bolt that comes out to pop those out. Can't quite get them off the groove. Yes, all the seat belts in the back are removed. Just moving along. It's getting there. Of course, it's just going to be a lot of work as the more and more I strip off. I'm thinking this through. It's going to be a lot of work to repaint it all. Because like all that stuff up there, before I can repaint it, it's going to have to be scraped off, which it comes off fairly easy. There's just stuff that's going to have to be done. So this is definitely, I knew it was going to take a while, but it's definitely a little longer than I thought it might. Oh well, that's part of the project. So I also need to get that papery, whatever it is, stripped off the back, and then there's a piece of like plywood or something glued or something down there, so I need to strip that out. I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do. Probably going to go with more of a base metal look on this. So some of it like that there, it kind of looks ugly, so I'll probably cut a piece of plywood or metal and paint it and put it in. Be kind of cool to maybe use that for something. I'm not sure what. Maybe use that slot for something like, I don't know, we'll see. Like a secret storage area, I don't know. But so I am going to cut something to put in there on both sides, just to kind of clean it up and make it look nice. But like this carpet, I'm not going to put carpet back in. No, I say that, I might put something in, but it won't be like a carpet. It'll be something else. I don't know, maybe metal, plywood or something. Something I can pull out later halfway easy and doesn't get so nasty. Because, I don't know, I'm always getting in a vehicle. Well, not always, but quite often getting in a vehicle with muddy shoes or something. I don't have to worry about getting it dirty. So if it's just cleaned up, then I can just wipe it up or whatever later. And then this back here, I have the back cushion or whatever. There's no seat cushion, just the back pulled out. So I'm thinking I might not even mess with that, at least initially. So I might just cut a piece of metal that goes across here and covers everything up. Maybe have a little latch or something for the battery compartment. Make it look nice, but basically covered up and it just be a storage area. Since, you know, the trunk, there's room, but there's not a terrible amount of room, and I tend in my vehicles to have quite a bit of tools and supplies and stuff. It'd be good to have something back here, maybe even put some sort of toolbox that kind of bolts down. Something interesting. Not necessarily a seat, at least initially. And then later, maybe I'll spend the money to get a back seat. So yeah, moving along. All right, cool. So as you saw in that previous clip, definitely making progress. Got all the upholstery stripped out, etc. I don't know if I showed it in the previous clip, but also got these panels off. Technically the other door already had the panel off, but I went ahead and stripped this one off. It's in pretty rough shape anyway, so I'm probably just going to pitch it. But some of the panels like that were back there, I'll keep just so I can use it as a template. But these here I'll have to just kind of custom build or measure and cut out something, either a piece of metal or plywood, to put in and then match up the handles and such. But strip that out because it was junky and it looked like it had been spray painted in the past, which is interesting. So yeah, so that made some definite progress. Next step is to take everything out of the hood or out of the trunk, whatever it is, the frunk or something, the front trunk. Get all the stuff out of there because I got some of my supplies and extra parts in there. Get that stuff out, and then try to remove the gas tank. That's going to take a little bit of doing, so I'll probably put that in the next video. But yeah, so the gas tank's got to come out, and then I'll start working along the bottom row here and start popping all the bolts out, hoping they don't break off inside the heater channel. Yeah, so gas tank out, take these bolts off, disconnect any wires that are still attached to the hood and to the engine area. And then yeah, should be able to pull this thing out. I also had to take the seats out. I just watched a video on how to do that, so that'll be probably covered in the next video. There's a little latch that prevents the seat from coming completely off, so we gotta depress that to be able to get it out. But yeah, so stay tuned, subscribe, comment, all the stuff everyone says, and then I'll be back with you on another video. Thanks for watching.